I'm 26 and live in a modest townhouse out in the far suburbs of a quiet little city. I usually work closing shifts, finishing around 10 or 11 p.m., then come home, stay up until dawn gaming with my friends online. It was the same routine on repeat, until one particularly rough week at work. The stress was crushing, and that night I just wasn't feeling the usual headset banter. I couldn't sleep either, so I ended up doom-scrolling YouTube until 2 a.m. feeling restless. I remembered how calming late-night walks had been the few times I'd tried them. So I threw on a hoodie, locked the door, and stepped out. The town felt completely deserted. Every house was dark, no cars moving, no sounds at all. At first, it was exactly what I needed, pure, empty peace. I wandered farther than usual, past the townhomes and into the older, single-family neighborhood. Eventually, the street narrowed, curved, and led me into a heavily wooded, more isolated part of town. The houses here were sparse, tucked deep behind trees, barely visible under weak porch lights. The vibe shifted hard, darker, heavier, forgotten. About half a mile in, a sudden male scream ripped through the silence. Not a cry for help, more like someone shouting to get attention. It echoed everywhere, impossible to pinpoint. I froze, waited half a minute, saw nothing, then kept going, brushing it off as best I could. But the farther I walked, the worse it felt. Streetlights grew dimmer and farther apart. The houses looked abandoned, peeling paint, overgrown yards, broken windows. The road itself was cracked and neglected. I started regretting every step. Then the scream came again. Closer, definitely behind me this time. I turned back. To the faint glow of a distant lamp, a man in dark clothes was walking toward me. I only glanced for a second before spinning around and speed-walking away. Every few steps I checked over my shoulder. Sometimes he was there, sometimes he vanished. No explanation made sense. Panic rising, I hurried out of the wooded stretch and back into the more familiar neighborhood. Even then, the uneasy feeling clung to me, like eyes were still on my back. I made it home, locked everything, grabbed water, and tried to calm down at the kitchen table. That's when I heard shuffling right outside the front door, followed by several heavy, deliberate knocks. Heart hammering, I crept over, listened, then peeked out. No porch light on, but I could just make out a dark figure standing there. Same clothes. He'd followed me the whole way. I backed away, called 911 quietly, hoping he'd stay long enough for police to catch him. He knocked a few more times, then silence. When I checked again, he was gone. The cops came, took my statement, found the screams odd but didn't dig deeper. I didn't sleep. Over the next month or so, loud knocks woke me several times. Always gone by the time I reached the door. It's been quiet lately, but the paranoia never really left. I still don't know who he was, why he screamed in the woods, or what he wanted at my door. I just know I barely escaped something terrible that night.